I got together with my friend Sarah, and we were trying to decide what we were going to do on our Friday night. We were going to hang out, and we wanted to do something kind of cool. And she said that she had done a thing before where she had gone to several different restaurants, and she'd get her favorite appetizer, and then she would take the appetizers back to her apartment and watch a movie. Well, I really like dessert, and the last time that she and I went to dinner together, it was kind of this big deal because I told her that I really love dessert, but I don't like to eat dessert alone, but I always have to have it. So if I'm ordering it, you have to eat it with me. We decided that we would do her appetizer thing in the multiple restaurants, but we would do it with dessert. And we called it the Fall Dessert Tour. So on Friday night, she met me in my apartment. We got in the car and we went downtown first to Eclipse, the Spanish tapas bar on 4th Street here in downtown Evansville. And we started there with a pastel tres leches. It is a Spanish 3-milk cake. It was topped with cream and fresh berries. Absolutely delicious. Had some really amazing coffee while we were at Eclipse. Of course, great conversation with Sarah as well. The atmosphere in Eclipse was very, very cool. Of the 4 places we stopped, I felt like it had the best overall vibe. From there, we got in the car and we headed to City Taco, which is on Washington Avenue in the Ross Center, because I had been told by some folks on Facebook that City Taco has a cheesecake egg roll, and we were kind of intrigued by that. Unfortunately, they were sold out of it by the time we got there, so when we got in the car and we were getting ready to leave, the owner of City Taco, Jason Muniz, who actually also owns Campi and the Commonwealth Kitchen in Henderson, comes running out of City Taco and runs up to my car and tells me that while he's out of it at City Taco, he does have it at his other 2 restaurants. So we decide we're going to go to Campi. That's where we tried the cheesecake egg roll with chocolate raspberry sauce. Of the 4 desserts that we had on Friday night for our hashtag Fall Dessert Tour, the cheesecake egg roll was by far, I think, the most delicious. It was everything that a dessert should be. It gave you that kind of, oh my God, sensation when you put it in your mouth. You know the one I'm talking about. I'm not going to make the analogy that you're already making in your head because you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So when we finished there and we headed to Biaggi's, we were going to have creme brulee. That was the plan because my friend Sarah has never had creme brulee before. So we are seated. I take a trip to the ladies' room. I come back and our waiter, Chris, is talking to Sarah and is completely convinced Sarah that creme brulee is not the way to go, that we actually need to try something called bomboloni. And so I sit down and Chris then tells us all about what bomboloni is, and he's fluent in Italian, and the service was great, and the coffee was delicious, and the bomboloni was amazing. And basically, if I can get the translation right of how he explained it to me, it is the Italian take on an American donut, and it's deep fried and it's soft and warm and kind of gooey in the middle, and it's served with vanilla bean ice cream, and then the whole thing has a drizzle of like a caramel sauce. It was exceptional. So we're eating it and we're taking scoops of little bites of ice cream, and he comes back to check on us and he tells us that if we take the scoop of ice cream in the middle of the plate and we swirl it around the plate so that it melts in with the caramel sauce and then dip the bomboloni into it, that it makes it even better. And he was exactly right. OMG, talk about some amazing dessert. We had one last stop to wrap up our fall dessert tour. At this point, we're both on a sugar rush. I'm heavily caffeinated. I've had like 3 cups of coffee, and we stopped at the pub. The pub is one of my favorite places in Evansville. It has my favorite cheeseburger. It's got some of my favorite people, and it has one of my all-time favorite desserts, chocolate Marley's. It's named after the owner of the pub's daughter. It is this amazingly rich, decadent chocolate dessert that looks like cake on the plate. It looks like cake on the fork, but when you put it in your mouth, it has the consistency of mousse, and it is absolutely delectable. It is delicious. It is heavenly. So overall, still my favorite in Evansville. If you're looking for something really rich and really chocolatey, definitely check out the chocolate Marley's at the pub. Again, so Eclipse, Spanish tapas bar on 4th Street. They had the coolest atmosphere. Then there was Campi and City Taco, both have the cheesecake egg rolls with the raspberry chocolate sauce. That was the most heavenly, if you will. Biaggi's with the bomboloni and the service with Chris, who was fluent in Italian. Excellent service. They get my service award. And the pub is just my all-around all-time favorite. Sarah and I had a great time. I ended up with a little bit of a headache because, well, too much sugar and too much caffeine. But it happens. It was totally worth it. I think we're going to try to do it again in a few more months, pick a few more restaurants, pick a few more desserts, and just kind of go with it and see what happens. But it was a ton of fun. If you're looking for something kind of different to do, maybe you should go on your own dessert tour.